Oh, what do we have here? A bunch of nerds who want to see a fox ranting about a cartoon show they like? Well, not gonna happen today, cause Sad Fox is busy. Something about frogs and isekai anime. I don't know, I don't care. Instead, I will run the show today. I'm doing a video on Amphibia, and I said you can do a Dalmatian Street video in the meantime. So now be nice and introduce yourself to the audience, you edgelord. Fine. I'm Dagger, nice to meet you. Now, before we begin, I want to give a small shout out to the 101 Dalmatian Street fan Discord. If you want to discuss the show with me and other fans of the show, just click the link in the description. Also, a small shout out to Frontistery, who did the poses for my Dalmatian OC. You also find his DA in the description below. And now, Dagger, don't make me regret this. Okay nerds, let me ask you a question. How many of you are familiar with the term yandere? Well, yandere is a term used by weebs to describe a girl that is crazy in love with a guy. And when I say crazy, I mean like literally crazy. Often to a psychotic degree. We are talking about insane chicks that will murder to have their senpai for themselves. For some reason this archetype became strangely popular to the point that there's even a yandere simulator on Steam. I suppose someone thought that 101 Dalmatian Street also needs one, so meet Portia. Portia is a poodle Dylan has a crush on. At first she hardly acknowledged his existence, so Dylan is immediately love-struck when she does. But when Fergus tells Dylan that he should just make a move on her, he immediately gets his act together and announces that he will ask her out. His self-confidence is actually pretty impressive, and stands in contrast to Dolly, who freaked out just thinking about talking to Hansel. Well, but Fergus has doubts that Dylan has any chance cause he's a nerd. Well, I guess he has a point there.
First up, don't be yourself.
I think you mean do be myself.
No, don't! Dude, she's cool.
Got it. Be cool.
She's not a moon rock dino girl.
Oh, Dippy! You're safe now.
Yeah, you need help. Okay, we gotta make you like one of Portia's pack. Dante, do your worst.
Dante is enjoying this way too much. Like really, I think this is the first time we actually see Dante having fun. It is actually pretty refreshing as we usually only see Dante panicking about the end of the world. It's pretty hilarious, but it is just nice to see that he can also just enjoy himself once in a while. Now he and Fergus train Dylan to stop caring about anything to win Portia's heart. Dylan actually goes through with it, and after he gets a small makeover by Triple D, oh my god, I actually really dig this look. Of course you do, he kinda looks like you. No, he doesn't. My spots are much different. Yeah, keep telling that yourself, edge boy. My name is Dagger, goddammit. Daggers have edges, don't they? Touché. Now back to reviewing this episode. In any case, once Dolly sees Dylan's new look, we get this glorious exchange.
Don't tell me. The poodle? What do you see in her anyway?
She's deep, like space.
Yep, suffocating empty void.
She's cool, like Neptune.
Totally out of reach.
Now Dolly is pretty savage here, and it's actually pretty funny, though I do think it's rather notable that Dylan still shows his love for astronomy throughout the conversation by comparing Portia to space and Neptune when he was supposed to not care about his old hobbies anymore. It's a nice indication how much of an act this truly is. Well, and then we get to what I actually consider Dolly's worst moment. Yeah, people like to complain how bad Dolly was in The Perfect Match, but I think breaking one of Dylan's favorite toys just to prove a point is actually meaner than her having a jealous overreaction. Frankly, I think the reason why I and probably most other people overlooked the scene at first is because Dylan manages to keep calm and stay in character. Now Dylan and Fergus go to the cat concert to meet Portia. I'm rather disappointed that they didn't make a reference to the Aristocrats. Would have been a good opportunity to make one because, you know, cat music. Anyway, Dylan has a rather prominent cat allergy that became a plot point in some episodes. It was even addressed here, but he manages to suppress it long enough to start a conversation with Portia, who is immediately smitten by his new look and attitude and eventually falls for him. Literally.
I like living on the edge. edge.
Won't be much longer.
Don't restrict my spirit.
But shouldn't I stop her?
That's what old Dylan would do.
Yeah, so not helping.
My anti-hero.
Yeah, I know. Wanna not hang out sometime or whatever?
Yeah, Portia calls Dylan Danny the entire time for some reason. Now, afterwards they go to a graveyard where they have a bit of a small talk about death and darkness, which is the first time Dylan seemingly starts to notice that something about Portia is just a little bit off. Probably because she talks like Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, but maybe that's just me. Dylan tries to get out of there by explaining to Portia that he needs to tell his siblings some bedtime stories, yet stays in character by playing it off as a burden. Now Dylan makes it home, but...
Oh, my dog! What are you doing here?
Now we know our souls are one, we must never be apart. Ever.
Yeah, this is where this episode takes a turn to the weird, as Portia stalks Dylan everywhere he goes. And it's pretty creepy. She went full Yandere mode. Now Dylan asks Fergus to help, who just tells Dylan that he only needs to be himself to get rid of Portia. They show her his treehouse, and the hilarious thing is that it backfires. Usually this is where the shadow character who only was in love with the main character because he pretended to be someone he isn't would walk away in shock. But instead Portia appreciates this revelation as she thinks that Dylan is sharing his inner and true self to her. She considers it a sign of trust and proof of their relationship, as he is willing to show her a side of him he is usually hiding, only that he usually doesn't hide it. She just thinks he does. And then she goes one step further.
It's not you. It's you being me.
But I just want us to be the same. Two souls as one.
And I just want to be friends.
Oh yeah. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, great, but I got a thing. Sorry, see you later.
You know you will.
I don't even know how to react to this. It's just funny. Portia trying to be more like Dylan to show her affection is just priceless. Now, in his desperation, Dylan asks Dolly and her friends for help, and it appears the one thing to get rid of Portia was to rip off Lady and the Tramp. I tell you, the show makes more references to other Disney movies than the one it is based on. By being way too romantic and lovely-dovely, Dilly finally manages to scare Portia off. But Dylan still has a crush on her at the end, showing that he didn't really learn anything. So yeah, overall, a pretty fun episode. Portia is slightly creepy, but that's what makes her so fun to begin with. The only thing I kinda dislike is that Dylan's stalkiness is so ridiculous. They never quite go for the fact that Portia is shallow, since they actually subvert our expectations by making Portia appreciate it, that Danny shows her his true self. Everyone else mocks Dylan for being a nerd, and that does bother me. Usually these kinds of episodes go for the lesson that there is nothing wrong with being yourself and that there is no problem with your individual hobbies. But it almost feels like this episode is trying to tell me that being a nerd is something bad. Though this is only a very minor point of contention. But what about you? Did you like this episode? Anything that bothered you? What do you think of me, Dagger Dimension? Let me know in the comments below.
Sly as a fox, you got me under your spell. But you know I'll never tell that I know you know so well. Sometimes you can be too smart for you're